Hey everybody, what's up? Sean Hatzel here, co-founder of Beyond 40. And inside this video, I want to talk about fruit for fat loss. So should you avoid fruit or should you eat fruit if your goal is to lose belly fat? And inside this video, I'm going to answer that question. I'm going to provide you with a structured plan that you can follow to incorporate fruit into your diet. Now, this all came about because I'm getting a lot of these questions about things like fruit because I'm doing 75 hard right now. So you can see here, I've made quite the transformation on my belly fat, and I'll talk about how I treated fruit during this transformation and how you can do the same thing as well. Now, if you're not familiar with 75 hard, it is very hard. 75 days of mental toughness. So you have to follow a diet. You can't have any cheap food or alcohol. You have to drink a gallon of water a day. You have to do 2 workouts a day. 45 minutes each, one has to be outside. Thank God I could do yoga, stretch, and walk because otherwise you'd never be able to recover, especially at 50 years old. Then you got to take a progress picture. You have to read 10 pages of nonfiction every day for 75 days straight. If you fall or falter on one of these rules, you have to start over or you're done. All right. Thankfully, I only have a week left, and I'm going to enjoy my pizza, my ice cream, and probably a few cocktails and a few glasses of wine. But how did I treat fruit during this process? Well, I treat fruit like a treat because you can't have sugar when you're dieting, or at least you should avoid it. And so fruit kind of fills in that missing gap of being a sweet treat. However, does fruit make you fat? Not necessarily, but if you overconsume it can because it has a lot of fructose. This is a type of sugar that can wreak havoc on the liver when you consume it in excessive amounts. So how should you handle this if your goal is to lose belly fat? Here's my recommendation. During the week, go on a lower carb diet. And if you're going to do that, you want to sparingly eat fruit, maybe once or twice a day. And if you do, I recommend my favorites during the week are berries, cherries, and kiwis. All 3 of these fruits I choose for specific reasons. 1, portion volumization. You can eat an entire cup of berries and you're getting about 12 to 15 grams of impact carbs. So you get a lot of food with very little carbohydrates. Not only that, these particular fruits have a very low glycemic index, so they spike insulin less than other fruits that contain a lot more sugar. So this makes them way more fat loss friendly. Also, these particular fruits have a lot of polyphenols and antioxidants in them, so they'll help you recover faster from exercise. So during the week, having some fruit like berries, cherries, and kiwis is a great choice pre and post workout. And as you work into the weekend, what I like to do is go low carb during the week, 50 to 75 grams of carbs, and sometimes I'll go as high as 100 because I'm an intense exerciser. If you're sedentary, you don't work out, you want to keep those carbs around 30 to 50 grams during the week. Now, on the weekends, I intentionally carb cycle and eat lots of carbs, lots of clean carbs, baked potatoes, steamed rice, oats, quinoa, things like this. So this is the glucose-based carbs that are going to help your hormones on the weekend. Now, as far as fruits go into that equation, I recommend apples and bananas because they're higher in sugar and they're going to give you more of those carbs on the weekend to help you reset those fat-burning hormones along with the glucose-based carbs. And then I would just consume them in the pre-workout window. That way, when you give your body all this extra sugar from fructose, it's actually going to use it as a fuel source during the workout. Now, if your goal is fat loss during the week, you could go into those workouts in a fasted state to burn more fat. But on the weekends, I recommend having these carbs before and after exercise to reset those hormones that I talked about that will be suppressed from the lower carb days and to give your body the energy it needs. Because if you're going lower carb during the week, especially if you exercise, you're going to be struggling with energy levels, and these fruits are going to help get you through the workout. So hopefully this gives you a perspective on how to treat fruit for fat loss. The last thing that I would recommend is that you never eat these high sugar fruits by themselves, or any fruit for that matter. I always try to combine my fruit with some type of protein because they are sugar. They do tend to raise insulin a little higher and faster than other foods. And so by having a protein source with them and combining them together, you blunt that insulin spike to keep the body in more of a fat-burning environment to make sure the extra sugar from those fruits are being used as energy and less likely to spill over and be stored as fat. So hopefully you learned something here. If you did, drop a heart, drop a like, drop a comment, share this, and then of course, time is our most precious commodity. I'm always grateful when people take time out of their busy schedule to watch my videos about fruit for fat loss. Thanks for watching and keep going strong.